All right, we're going to start. Let's let the Reese's get settled here. I'm going to have to go this way. Well, take a second. First of all, I'd like to welcome you.
Wonderful
turnout.
turnout.
This is the largest turnout in the history of Tierra Santa Village for any meeting. Right? That includes, that's if everybody that registered shows up both here and online. That includes annual meetings. You know, we've had events, social events with a higher head count, but there were 67 people registered, and that is the highest attendance that's ever been registered for a meeting. So congratulations for being part of it. All the, well, I'd like to take the bows for being part of it, but the real reason is we have Rodrigo here from Anytime Fitness, and it's right after the holidays. And I know the real reason is everybody wants to get their fitness on. All right. Now, 73? Wow. The main that makes it very, very important that we silence our phones. Okay? Because from my vantage in the back there, I hear a number of times, I hear little squeaks and twirls, and I have a particularly effective way of dealing with anybody whose phone goes off here. For you Game of Thrones fans. All right. So, Zoom participants, if you would kindly make sure you stay on mute. Yeah, and Joe Carl, who our very capable AV person, will be the audio police to make sure that nobody unmutes when they shouldn't unmute. And that way we won't have any unforeseen interruptions. Okay, so without further ado, one of the things you saw in the announcements for this meeting is that the board and our marketing crew have been doing some things with branding and the way we present ourselves to the world. So we're going to launch the meeting by inviting Ann Kellett and Cassandra to come up here and talk to you about it.
Thank you. Would you like to join me? Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes, Ann Kellett, one of our. When did you join? That's okay. Back.
Probably midsummer, I think.
Yeah, okay, that's great.
I think it was about then.
That's great.
August group. All right.
Gotcha.
I was born in August, so that's a good month.
So some of you remember me talking a couple months ago, explaining that I'm the one that has been going out in the community, trying to sort of raise awareness about our village. And when I do, I hand out flyers and I find out what people know about our organization. About half the time they haven't heard of us, which is troubling. That's my job, right? We're gonna work on that. A lot of the times they understand the concept, but they're not ready yet. That's something a lot of villages hear. They think they have to be a certain age or a certain need level. But then there's this other group of people that assume we are the senior apartments over by Smart and Final, all right? And it does not help that we rent space in a homeowners association. So it's very, very confusing. And it's not us. It is all villages across the country that have the word village in their name. It just seems to be when you say older adult or senior and village in the same sentence, somebody automatically thinks retirement or residential living, assisted living. So to combat this, we have tweaked the name a little bit to Tierra Santa Village Movement. And we are not the only village to do that. San Luis Obispo is having some great. Just an overview. We are going to still use the name Tierra Santa Village of San Diego. We are not officially changing our name. No tax, documents are being filed with the city or the state. But you will see Tierra Santa Village Movement and Tierra Santa Village interchangeable. So we needed a new logo. for Tirisana Village Movement. And that's when we have a couple volunteers that we've been asking for help with from who have graphic design experience. One of which is Miss Ann Kellett. So could you maybe just tell us a little bit about your background and your history with logo design? And we'll go from there.
Well, thank you.
Oh, maybe stand here so you can hear that. They can catch you on
Thank
that
you.
mic.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I feel a little.
Yeah, no, this is great.
Like
People are
that.
going to love hearing from you.
Anyway, I am trying to be retired as an interior designer for over 50 years. And part of that career meant that I had to brand myself, I had to market myself, I had to figure out how am I unique amongst all the other interior designers. So having a design background, I've done lots of kinds of design. I don't do outside, so I don't do landscaping. But graphic design is part of that. And I've had to design my own logo, my own business cards, my own brochures. When I worked as a professor at Design Institute, I designed flyers. So I learned, once you understand the principles and elements of art, and you understand marketing, then I think you can kind of arrange things that at least hopefully will get the message across.
Yeah.
With marketing, there is a call it a marketing funnel, and many of you are probably aware of this, that there's like different steps, stages, where from people not knowing who the heck we are
Yep.
to being members, like all 67 or 73 of
Right.
us
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Even more double almost.
So
Oh, yeah.
since we want to grow, we want to attract new people. So the first thing is to have something that's recognizable, that stands out, that sort of says who you are without a lot of words, as best you can. And then you want engagement. So you want to attract people, and then you want to engage them, have them come to a new member thing or a happy hour, whatever. And then bit by bit, you want them to become committed and be part of that. So the logo is important in terms of that. It's just the first look. It's not the whole thing, but you want the logo to kind of express as best you can who we are, whoever that is. So Tirisana Village, as I understand, is a group of people, neighbors, helping neighbors. And the original logo, which I don't think I have seen here, has houses in it, and that was part of the challenges with trying to convey who we are. So we're really we're a group of people. We're not a group of houses, although we all live in individual homes. So, so I think that's how you presented it to me. And so she had done some research, and there were some graphic designers in that had made some suggestions and so on and so forth.
There were a lot along the way.
A lot along the way.
A lot were presented to the board. Thank the board for their patience with that.
And I always say this, and it's kind of tongue in cheek, but the last thing that was designed by a committee was the platypus, or maybe the elephant.
That's perfect.
Or something like that. Because in design, it really needs to have a vision, a particular person who understands everything, and that necessarily wasn't me. That was the graphic designer. It needs a small group of people who kind of get what we're trying to do.
Yes.
So anyway, that's how I was brought on.
So are we ready to unveil and then talk a little bit more about why you love this one?
Sure.
Okay, Mark, we're ready. Got a drum roll? Hey.
All right.
There it is.
Up at the top left.
Yes, but maybe I think Mark might have a bigger version too. But go ahead. What do you like about this?
So what I love about that is it shows people caring for each other. It has.
Oh yeah, sorry. We have to stay near the mic, but I know we want them to see it.
I want people to see it. So it has people caring for each other. The colors are very harmonious. In your previous logo, you had blue and you had orange, and I think there was
a yellow,
or there was something in there. And orange and blue are complementary. They fight each other. They're opposite each other on the color wheel, so they kind of create tension when they're together in a logo. So bringing a harmonious colors that are close to each other on the color wheel seem to blend really nicely. There was also a tagline in the old one,
but we put it right here.
Okay, the other one was
the old one
planning for tomorrow or something. What is it?
Wait, hold on.
Living for today, planning for tomorrow. That to me sounds like a financial planner. Which we all need.
Yeah.
Hell, I probably need one too. But people helping people, neighbors helping neighbors, really what it's kind of all about. And so I know change is difficult. Having done this with a church before, changing the logo, a lot of people have a lot of feelings about it. But live with it. See if I think you'll recognize it, and if it's used a lot of places, I
Yeah.
think then it will become.
You're gonna start. That's the good news. You're gonna
Yeah.
start to see it in the community because on April 22nd, please save the date, is our next resource fair, 9 to 12. So all the advertising that's about to go out for that event is all going to have this new logo, this new name, name tweak, and this new tagline. So it's perfect timing. Thank you for your hard work. Thanks to all the volunteers that helped. We'll probably maybe use you again. We'll help with some new brochures, new business cards.
Like I said, I'm trying to retire.
So much. All right, that's about it. Thanks, guys. Yeah, looks good.
All right. So as long as we have the website up there, I'm going to drive from back here because that's the easiest way for me to navigate the website rather than do it from up there. So what's that? The screen is shared and everybody can see it online. They're seeing the same thing you're seeing. He is. Did you look at your agenda, sir? Did you look at the order of things on said agenda? All right, so forward we go. So, first of all, I think I've asked this before in this room, but just by show of hands, who uses the website regularly? That's good. Who uses it for things other than registering for events? Okay, so it looks about half or so is pretty limited to registering for events. So all the more reason why it'd be a good idea for you guys just to have some brief exposure. We're not going to drill down into all the content that's on here, but we are going to have a look at all of these menu items and the sub menus beneath them. Just so you have a feel for what kind of content. And I'd almost be willing to bet that everybody in here is going to learn that there's something there that they had no idea was there. So first of all, we're going to start with a couple things at this top bar here. Over in the upper left, we've got some icons here that I think we spoke about briefly in one of the meetings, but I don't know if you realize that you could hit this little F and it'll take us right to the Tierra Santa Village Facebook page. You can see who used to use this computer a while back, huh? Do the people in this room, do we use the Facebook page? Raise a hands. Who goes to the Facebook page? So not many. Don't know how many Facebook users there are that don't go to the Facebook page, but boy, if you're a Facebook user, it's a shame not to. Also, we have our YouTube channel. There's an icon here that'll take you right to our YouTube channel. And as we've talked about in previous meetings, as of late, we've been posting as best as we can a replay of all the member meetings. We're recording what we're doing right now, this very minute, and it will appear within the next couple of days as another tile on our YouTube page. But you can see there's quite a bit of content on here going back. Here's one all the way back in May of 2023, but we really started a little heavier in 2025, coming up on a year ago, where we really started to post on a regular basis here. So let's get rid of that. Come on, go away. Go away, bar. Oops. All right. So back to now, I'm going to show you a little bit about your own personal space on here. Everybody, I'm using a fake identity here. by the name of Bob Doe because I don't want Big Brother tracking my movements. But everybody has a profile area. And if you hover over your name in the upper right-hand corner after you log on, you can get to your profile area. And so everybody sitting here that's a member has this same type of space, and you can actually maintain a lot of your own information. You can maintain basic member information. You can see over here on the right, we've talked a lot in the past about services. There's actually a means by which to navigate to our upcoming service offering. But it down here in the lower right, you can see some housekeeping type options under more member options where you can keep a credit card on file for your purchases of your membership dues, events, anything you would use a credit card somewhere on the site, or you can attach a bank account to it for a direct deposit, direct debit to the bank account. So it's possible many of you did not realize that. You have a history area where it shows everything you've ever done with the village and everything you've paid, everything you've attended. Uh, there's an area for forums. We'll talk more about that because there's some menu items that'll take us to some forum areas, but you can maintain how you participate in the user forums that are available through the website. So lots of content. One quick thing I'll show you on the main menu. There is a home option up here on the menu bar. Maybe you've stumbled across this, maybe you haven't, but you can always click on our logo and take yourself to the home page. Okay. So let's scroll down the line here and see what else we've got. Under directories, you can look up any village member. There's a pretty robust search mechanism to look them up by name, by address, and you can find. Let's look for this clown, Lasky. All right. Let's go and see. So we only got one result. Same guy. Okay. And then from there, you can take a deeper dive at any individual member. And this information here is only as good as the way that member maintains it themselves using those profile tools that I showed you previously. Some of it gets populated when you join, but make no mistake about it, you're in charge of what appears there. We also have a full directory available online where you can get a directory of every single member, along with their address, along with their email, their phone number. Actually, tell you how long they've been a member. And this, we created a PDF. Notice we've got the new logo in there. So you can help yourself to a directory. And the care team will tell you how important emergency contact information is. So there's a means by which there's some instructions on how to maintain your, some step-by-step instructions on how to maintain your emergency contact info. Okay. So let's look at events. Probably everyone that's been online is familiar with this, the event calendar, and how to navigate. What you may or may not know is that there's an actual legend of, you might have asked yourself at some point, what actually do these colors mean? And it's kind of intuitive because you can kind of group them in your mind when you see all the exercise ones are yellow. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what that may mean, but you can see here there's an actual legend available in the upper right hand corner here that'll tell you exactly what all these colors mean. And then of course you can navigate from month to month. You can actually change the view as well. I don't really understand how valuable this is. This is the view that you see on the homepage, uh, but it's not very useful when it comes to looking for a particular event in my mind. Yeah, exactly. It is very similar to what you get on the mobile device. And so also under events, I don't know if anybody has looked at our recent events. Is Mr. Rigdon online? Did he make it online? I give Mike Rigdon. I spoke with him earlier. Mike, we're mourning the loss of Mike as a photographer to capture Tierra Santa Village events. And all of these events that we've made tiles for in the past, you can see it's kind of dated. The last one we have is the resource fair from last year. But on any of these, you can click on the name of the event itself, and it'll take you to Mike Rigdon's Smug Mug page where he posts all the pictures that he took at that particular event. All right. So if we've got any photographers in the midst that would be willing to volunteer their time and fill the big shoes of Mr. Rigdon, we'd sure appreciate it because we do have a lot of opportunities where we could be using this page to reminisce a little bit more. But we're a little weak on the actual photography support right now. All right. So moving on, how about we'll look at the organization and what reference to the organization would be complete without a shout out to its founders, which we happen to have one right in this very room. So, yeah, we can update this picture anytime you want. Can we? But there's a little bio, obviously, on each of them, and comparable to that, for our board of directors, we have the same type approach. All right. We have a little bio for most of us, Bradley. All right, but you can see what roles they play, the board members play in the organization. And isn't that a great picture, Lori? I think I carved that Lori out of a holiday picture that you had. But anyway, you see a bio on anybody that's on the board these days. All right. What else we got about the organization? And this is something that you may or may not have stumbled across at some point, but I don't know if you guys realize, but every financial report and every set of minutes from every board meeting is a click away from this particular page on the website. So if you want to know what your board of directors is up to, you can see an entire history of all the minutes of all the monkey shines and shenanigans that go on at the board meetings, as well as financial reports. We post a P&L by quarter. Over the course of the year, we'll accumulate it. So by the fourth quarter we happen to be looking at, we have all 4 quarters of the year. I thought we'd take a couple minutes and go over last year's financials for every single account. And we also have we'll know how to when it's time to convene, we'll know how to get rid of you, that's for sure. But we also have a balance sheet to show you our current financial status of the village, and our assets and liabilities. So and this goes all the way back to 2019. We actually have archives prior to that, so if anybody wants to see something older than that, we can make it available to you, but know that it's there. Then we get into some more personnel listing pages. We have our staff, our business manager, Cassandra and Leslie. Okay, with their bios. Now we'll get into some really fun stuff here. Here's our committee structure. And the committees, we have there's some redundancy here. For example, we do have another way to look at the board of directors, but in this particular view, you can see phone numbers and addresses. Uh, let's go back a page. And here's again a little bit of redundancy. There's many websites. There's more than one way to skin a cat, so you can toggle back and forth. But we'll get into neighborhood groups in a second. But you can see our various committees, marketing, our care committee, that's headed up by Bradlin and Fran. And so I don't know if you guys were aware that at any given time you can see who is actually donating their valuable time to help your village be a better product for you. We have our socials committee, membership and volunteers, and you can see where there's some subcommittees. For example, tucked in under the social committee is the Idea Bank. I know it's kind of hard to see based on the size, but uh, there you have it with our committee structure. And I'm not going to get into the neighborhood groups because they have their own special designation here, which I'm actually getting to now. The, the, the neighborhood groups has their own homepage, and you can see who the individuals are that actually make the neighborhood groups concept work for us. The two Carols.
Hey, Mark, would you like to take questions as we go or at the end?
If there's question, we could take them
Okay,
as we
hold
go.
on 1 second.
So, one of the parts of the website that I didn't realize existed until fairly recently was the mission of the care committee, which seems to me to be pretty important. And if I remember right, you go to the committee
exactly where it
and
is.
you look at more info.
That's correct.
Yeah. So
Yeah. There's a couple of the committees that, and just to give you a little history of this, a few years back when we actually called them core teams, right? And we kind of went to the terminology committee a few years ago, but quite honestly, back in the days where we called them core teams, we were better as an organization of capturing mission statements and charters. And that should be something that you can see the date on this one, August 23rd of 2018, for those that are in the back half of the room. So our efforts to have written mission statements and charters for the various committee components of the organization could use a bit of a facelift. There's no question about it. But thanks for pointing out that they exist, Jenny, because I think that it exists for the care committee. And I think that there might be one for IT. There might be one for social, whatever. Yeah. So neighborhood groups, which is a subcommittee of the village care committee. All right. We looked at who the straws that stir the drink are, but for any given neighborhood group, you can get full information on all the participants, names, phone numbers, and Cassandra and Marilyn could elaborate a little bit better, but as new members come into the organization, they slot into a group. There's a good example right here that Steve, I think, has been a member for about an hour. All right. And he's already in a group. Yeah, he's in this room. And one of the things I'll point out too is that, especially for the leaders of these, you can actually send a message to every member in the group with one click. So as you plan events or for whatever purpose, if there's a national emergency of some sort and you need to communicate with the group, there you go. Let me go back to this. All right, so you could see the particulars of any given group, and we also created Google Maps has a little provision to kind of make your own little customized map with in the Google Maps platform. So I literally, I would like to see us have some little more regular borders at some time in the future, because it was no easy task to create these borders, but this would kind of give you an idea geographically of how our neighborhood groups are organized. This one kind of looks like Popeye's arm. Yeah. Uh, but the nice part about it being in this Google Maps platform is you can drill down and see street names and everything else. We were not as sophisticated enough at this point to have like geolocations for every member, but stay tuned on that one. Oh, this thing keeps giving me a heartburn. Let me get out of there. How about that? All right. And one more thing on neighborhood groups. There's a printable version of that. Oh, there is a printable version, but I just went. Now, you know what? I'm so used to going into this with my set of credentials that apparently the printable map is not approved for Bob Doe's set of credentials. All right. Yeah.
Issues. Like everyone could tell us if they come across an issue,
Sure.
right?
Yeah. So then we've got a bunch of housekeeping stuff in here. Yeah, we've got a policies and procedures area which has various documents and you can see some of the historic documents. So you can see our articles of incorporation, our bylaws, our original federal ID tax letter to approve us as a 501. And actually, normally, there's a link here for our strategic plan, but that's under construction right now. We took the old one out because it was dated, and very soon we'll see a new one appear here. All right. We also have archives of the newsletter, the one that comes out via email on a month-to-month basis. If you ever want to revisit, if you want to go back to the edition where you were introduced as a new member and look at your picture all over again, you can go to a past newsletter edition at the touch of a button. And that includes, oops, let's get rid of that. And let's go back to the home page. And that includes an archive of the newsletters. So not just the ones from the current year, but we can also go way, way back in time to when it was actually the vibes. Oh, ooh, we've got another security thing here. Yeah, maybe Bob hasn't paid his dues. Yeah. So, but anyway, you get the idea. So let's move along to a resources area. And we talked briefly when we were looking at the profile about discussion forums. And this is relatively new in our world. You guys may remember back when we launched the Social Connections Forum, we made this little introductory page to just tell you what that was and what it's all about. And you all see those messages, and many of you participate in it. It doesn't exactly burn up the airwaves, but it's a nice way to communicate at the touch of a button with your fellow members. And I should point out, well, let's go to the Social Connection Forum for a second. And here's a history of it. So you can see the types of things that people have posted. And you guys have seen all this because you're in recipient, everybody is a participant in that social connections forum. But this is an underutilized area of our existence. We could create a forum for anything we want to if it's valuable to the membership. One comes to mind where every once in a while we'll get a notice from someone in the organization about a recent scam that they fell across that they'd like to share with the rest of the membership. Well, maybe it's time we had our own little forum devoted to something like that where people could share their experiences in hopes that it might help some other member avoid a nasty situation. So any suggestions that the membership has relative to how we could create forums, what topics are pertinent, how the sky's the limit with what we could do to utilize that functionality. Next, there's our documents, our entire document library. Anything you see populate on the screen, those board reports, even the old vibes. This is the repository where all of that content is located. And everybody, there's very few things that are behind the curtain that every member can't get to. So there's some permissions functionality here that we learned where our man Bob Doe, which means probably many of you can't get to some of the content we thought they could get to. I teach myself. I need to do a better job of testing some of this stuff outside of my own administrative authority because I can see everything. But anyway, you can navigate to, we talked about the board meeting minutes. You can see the contents of all those folders, and you can see every document that's in there. So some of this is old and not presented at the website anymore, but anything that's presented at the website has to live in here somewhere, and then we tell the web page to go find it wherever it exists in here. We have a member discounts page. Hopefully you guys have seen this, where local businesses have said, hey, we'll give the membership of, we believe in the village movement, we'll give the membership of Tierra Santa Village a discount on whatever service or the products we provide. So what we did was, in the course of putting this together, for those partners that are also supporting partners, which we'll get into in a minute, who actually sponsor or donate money to us on an annual basis, we've made sure that that's clear on the on this member discount page, so that if someone wants to take advantage of a monthly home valuation report delivered to your inbox at no cost from Carol Mundell, that at a glance they know she's a gold level supporting partner. The same goes for anybody here. Now, I could talk about it here. I could talk about it in supporting partners. One of the things I want to make sure everybody is crystal clear on is, because a local merchant or an area business believes strongly in the village movement, strongly enough that we want to donate money to us, I want to make it clear on behalf of the board that that doesn't mean that we have vetted their service and are recommending their service, pushing their service, promoting their service in any way whatsoever. These businesses here have said, hey, we'll give your group a break on the price. Now, in the particular case of Heavenly Yogurt, I made it my business to go there and make sure that the product was suitable for all of you. But many of these, I have not. I think a lot of you take advantage of this Elam's Hallmark discount. And I think someone told me that they actually are one of the few businesses represented here that we're ask you to show some Tierra Santa Village credentials. Okay. But these you can see down at the bottom here, they don't have the indicator that they're a supporting partner. So the UPS store, the hardware store, the Hallmark, the dentist over behind Heavenly Yogurt, which I don't think is any coincidence, and Long Island Mike's, they'll offer a discount even though they're not an annual donor to the organization. So we encourage all people to take advantage of it. And our marketing team is always on the lookout for somebody that might want to support us that way. So moving on with the menu under our resources, we have some health and wellness resources. Now, this particular page, Bradley and I have discussed this. This needs a bit of a facelift. Most of this content is years old. I'll give you a hint. Medicare changes from 2019. Perhaps we could take that out of there, but there's healthy recipes. Well, we didn't buy the food for the recipes in 2019. The recipes themselves still may be valuable, but in general, some of the stuff needs a good going through to make sure that it's still pertinent. But I know Bradlin. That's just my timer. That's all. Yeah. I can't, I'm a male. I can't multitask and do that at the same time as I talk on the mic. But anyway, yeah, so, but know that there are some health and wellness resources, but a little bit of buyer beware there because some of them may be dated, but we're working on it. There's other community resources on here, and these are valuable connections. We've got a link to the Tierra Foundation, Tierra Santa Foundation, the Tierra Santa Community Council, JFS.
We're working on that one too.
Yeah, but still, at least these are pertinent. They will take you to the links. Will take you to that organization's webpage. So know that those exist for your viewing pleasure. We have a vetted driver program, as many of you know, where they will provide rides to and from this predominantly village events. And we use that sort of committee functionality that we've seen in a couple other areas of the website to display to the membership a quick and convenient way of all the available resources here that we've vetted as drivers. There's another little page of transportation related items. If you are going to be a vetted driver, the DMV record form is part of that process. We've even got a little thing that shows a little aerial map of the parking around the VMC, because sometimes parking can be a bit of a challenge over there. We've got our vehicle use policy. So all transportation related stuff. We'll move on to our area. How do you support the Tierra Santa Village movement? We have a little volunteer page that's kind of a placeholder because we need a little work to reduce our strong volunteer effort to something that spells it out to you guys in the form of a web page. So it's kind of future oriented, but there's a little blurb on the whole concept of volunteers, but there's a way for us from a technology standpoint to be more organized with our volunteer effort. And as we move forward with services and have to develop a stable of non-member volunteers, this whole volunteer area will become more and more active. We certainly can't display the website without making sure you're crystal clear on how to donate to the organization, right? And
Everyone knows
You've
that.
probably all, in your generous support of the village, have seen this page, and uh, you can follow the links to different areas of giving. You notice during the holiday drive or the end of year drive, this TVSD fund does not appear, but the one for the end of year appeal does. And we created a special area for non-member supporters. There's a little limitation with Club Express to not show you this and only show it on the public side. So that's why we wanted to make it crystal clear that this particular fund is for non-members that want to support us. But all of you are probably familiar with the screens that you have to go through a couple of steps in order to donate to the organization. And now we're back to our supporting partners. And we have a supporting partner program. And I don't know if you folks have looked at the actual program itself. There's a flyer that's available, a printed flyer that spells it out in a little more detail and is the actual application that Cassandra will hand to a prospective supporting partner. But there's a little recap here that shows you what a Crystal partner gets for their $350. And make no mistake about it. When they donate to us, they are donating to, we'd like to think they're motivated by donating to a worthy cause. But they're buying advertising as well. Who's kidding who? People that cough up this money, especially bigger money, they're a business. They see a potential customer base in the Tierra Santa Village or Tierra Santa Village movement membership. And make no mistake about it, they will donate to us with the hopes of perhaps gaining some additional business from that membership. We overtly make it clear to them that they are buying some advertising with that money. They get a listing on our website. They, depending on the level, will mention them in the monthly newsletter. And you can see that's kind of self-explanatory, and Cassandra could elaborate if anybody has any questions on it. But based on the level, it gets their ability to put their pretty face in front of the membership increases with how much they want to spend. But again, we can't emphasize enough that that's not us selling them. That's them buying access or buying proximity to our membership. And so we would love to have 20 lawyers, 30 real estate agents, 15 home care outfits, and the list goes on and on. We would love to have more yogurt places.
But Mark, this is a good time to say if anyone has a business that they love and they think is amazing, that would be a great partner for the village, to please mention that to them, let me know, and let's talk to them because we could use all the support we can get.
And we don't really vet these people for effectiveness with their products. Most of them, if not all of them, it's easy enough to determine, to make sure at least that they've got a solid reputation. And very few of these people have come to us with no previous exposure to at least some of our membership. Edward Jones has some clients probably in this room. Weta King Law has some clients probably in this room. All of these, Synergy Home Care, I definitely know Heavenly Yogurt has some clients in this room.
Hey, Mark, I definitely think you want to talk about Raise Right, but I think we want to give you some time for Q&A before Rodrigo talks.
Yeah, I had planned on talking for about a half hour for this presentation. We're about 22 minutes in, so we're doing okay. So we'll move on from here at audience request, and and we will. Yeah, sure.
Is there a search button?
To search for content within the website. No, there is not. Yeah, Club Express, who is the platform from which we buy the capability to host a website and use their configuration tools to create our pages, they do not have a master search capability for the website to be on the home page, plug in a keyword, and go to a page that contains content on that keyword. So
You're showing
unfortunately,
us
the
a-
answer is no. So back to Raise Right, when we unveiled this page, I believe in this similar type setting, where we created a page when we first got associated with this fundraising organization, and we gave you a button to make it easy for you to register for Raise Right, because it'll bring you to their sign up page, and it'll pre-populate it with the code that you need that's particular to Tierra Santa Village. So we made it easy for you to sign up, and then we also gave you a button that once you did have an account, you could go right to the Raise Right page and sign in. So, bits and pieces at a time, that's growing month by month, and it's turned in to a very fruitful relationship for our organization. But we can't emphasize enough that we'd love for the membership to use it as much as humanly possible, because it puts a few pennies jingling around in our pocket. Okay. Any questions on Raise Right?
Many people. Raise your right hand. Raise your hand.
Yay.
Okay.
Good.
The rest of you, look at this. It's really good for the village and that benefits you as well because you're giving.
Yeah, the beauty of Raise Right is that
Yeah.
we're not buying anything that we weren't going to buy anyway. They got participating vendors, and they're big name brands. I mean, and the Amazon is a participant in this program. I challenge anybody in this room to tell me that they haven't shopped on Amazon. And I mean, it's only a couple of percentage points, but literally you can buy Amazon gift cards here. And we get a couple pennies out of the deal, and you load the Amazon gift cards into your account profile and use them as you see fit. Home Depot, uh, if you're going to buy a refrigerator at Home Depot anyway, buy some Home Depot gift cards here, so we get 4% of what you spent on that refrigerator. And it's invisible to the merchant. You go in there with a gift card just like any other uh, gift card for a business or market, and Walmart. You see, 2.5%. You could even get Visa gift cards, for crying out loud. They give us 1.25% back. So I mean, almost every major retailer is represented here. Restaurants, you name it. So yeah. And yet, you can navigate around the Raise Right website, and you could see they tout how many different vendors they have, and also how much fundraising money essentially has been spent through their program to give back to whatever nonprofit signed up for it, and the numbers are staggering. They're in the hundreds of millions of dollars. So it really is a good thing. So wrapping up, we've got a little contact us page that'll show you where we are, a little picture of the clubhouse there, and some hours information. And then last but not least, we have a link to our time bank application that's hosted by a company by the name of Our World. And so we wanted to make it convenient for the members to get to that particular the functionality. So there you have it. That's our website.
Thanks, Mark.
And I'm not going to show you, but because I'm in under Bob Doe, but as a Mark Lasky administrator, we can help ourselves to all sorts of reports on exactly who uses the website and when and for how long. So we know if you're using it or not, and so we want to see that support increase. Questions?
So I don't know if I'm the only one that has this problem that I'm hoping you can help me with under events. So when you see me on this website, I'm only on that one. So on events, I register myself for an event. And then I come back, a day later, whatever, and I want to register Jay. It won't let me register Jay. It says you're duplicating something or other.
Issue.
I don't know how to fix it.
I thought that got fixed.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Didn't that get fixed in the last couple of months?
No, they gave an edit function. No, so this is something that the Club Express software changed. They did an upgrade, and really it was a downgrade for us. We were very able to invite people on our membership after the fact. So they know about it. They are working on it. But until then, just cancel your registration and register both of you. But be careful if that happens, if there's a wait list, because then you're not going to get your spot back. So just call me or Leslie at the front desk. Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, we knew that whole adding another person to an existing registration after the fact
Yeah.
has been a problem for some time, but
Since the new upgrade.
okay. I thought they put in a fix for that.
I just want to, everybody knows how to do this and I don't. How do you do those connection emails?
All
The
right.
social connection emails.
All right. So, I went in through the website little page that we made where it takes you right to the social connection form. You can also go from your profile page, you can find your way into your forum membership, see what forums you're.
But Mark, will you show her the how-to instructions that you have posted on the forum page?
Sure.
Can you maybe change that title instead of discussion forums? It would be the name social. Whatever.
Ah, okay.
Well, we could do that.
Good idea. Exactly. And then right there in the bottom,
Yeah.
it says click here for a set of how-to.
I will do that, Bradlyn, if you will promise that you won't take me up on my offer to create more forums. Right? You see, we tried to make this adaptable or scalable in anticipation. And actually, this was intended to be a introductory page and not necessarily a long-term solution, but whatever the membership finds to be the most advantageous. We can call this menu item whatever we want, but if we do get into additional forums and we name this social connection forums, it's going to be a little problematic.
Yeah. Well, we can figure that out.
Yeah.
Is there any other questions about the site?
But to finish answering Diane's questions, when you're in here,
It's like press it once, start a new one. Yeah.
yeah, when you get into this the page, Diane, it's this button over here on the right where you start a new thread. It'll now you're creating a message. Hold on.
Just like you're posting on Facebook.
That's not going out, is it? As soon as he clicks.
Anybody's phone that's on, be careful.
You have to move.
Here we go. There you go.
Bob Doe is looking for her.
So Jay, you realize I'm Bob Doe, right? That there's not some.
We have another question.
Looking for Diana.
Hello, everyone. I'm Viju Kulkarni. This is my first time here. Though I have lived in the United States for the last 50 years, gone to school here, taught at San Diego State for 30 years, but still I do have the accent. I'm sure you will be able to understand me. Okay, my question is, looking at all the information you have provided, I'm very excited. But my question is, there was a mention about this member and non-member. What is is it based on the membership alone, or is it based on how long you have been here?
No, it's
or-
just that we have a public, I'm going to show you here. I'm going to log out as Bob Doe. And this is the public website that you would get if you're a non-member. And see in the upper right-hand corner, it says member login. This menu is slightly different. There's other information on this menu. Some of the stuff is the same. A non-member can see the event calendar, but a non-member, well, this particular one they could get to, but there's certain events that are for members only. There's a lot of things within Club Express where you configure it to be members only, but
And for example, you wouldn't see the board reports or financials or anything like that.
yeah, and if you wanted to make a donation, for example, it tells you a member. You should be logged in if you're going to make a donation, but if you're not a member, it only shows you that non-member fund to be able to donate to.
Any other questions about the website? Yes, Vera.
This is more like an administrative thing, but when you're going down the event, say you want. Okay, is that okay? Anyway, when you look at events, say you want to take a look at the events for the coming week, but then if you sign up for one of the events, it takes you right back to the beginning. Is there a way, rather than taking you back to the beginning of that week, that it could bring you back to where you registered and take you from that point on?
Yeah, the answer is pretty complicated. No. No, again, as Cassandra mentioned, there are certain what Club Express calls modules that where we have no programming flexibility whatsoever. The event area is one. We can certainly create events and populate them with information pertinent to the event, but the functionality to register, to pay, those are baked in by Club Express, and we have no capability to tweak the way they operate. So we could spend a long time going through particulars, but we're not going to do that. We're going to move on with the program. Okay. And I am going to invite our guests under our local spotlight to take the podium. We'd like to introduce Rodrigo Mora, who's the owner of the newly opened Anytime Fitness.
Good to stand next to. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for having me here. I'm super excited to talk about Anytime Fitness, who we are, and answer any questions that you may have. So far, it's been an awesome experience joining the Tierra Santa community. My wife and I own this location as well as the El Cajon location. For this one, it took us about 2 years to get it open, working with the city, the permits, the 24-hour process and everything, but we've been open since August. So a little bit of background about Anytime Fitness, who we are. We're a franchise, so each location's independently owned. We're the biggest gym franchise in the world. We have about 5,000 locations worldwide, 12 in San Diego County, and all 7 continents, including Antarctica. And what's really Yeah. So what's really cool about Anytime Fitness is it's a massive brand, but each location is part of the community because it's individually owned. It's small. The staff knows the member by name. And it's a very welcoming place that we offer memberships from members from 16 years old all the way to the 90s, right? Um, so I don't know if you have any specific questions about Anytime Fitness that I can answer. We could go really in depth about the science or the packages that we offer. But high level, we're open 24 hours. So the way that it works is that with your phone or a key fob, you swipe it at the entrance, it unlocks the doors, and you can work out any time of the day. We're not staffed all the time, but you have the option of working out at any time of the day. We have a small team of a manager and a couple of coaches that specialize in functional exercise, strength training. So we really want people to build muscle, get stronger, be able to move well, and yeah, just come into a place where you feel welcome. That when you come in, you're like, "Hey, how's it going, Bob? Really nice seeing you again." Um, so yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Can you tell us all about Silver Sneakers and all those things that you work with, those
Yes.
programs?
So we do take different fitness programs like Silver Sneakers, Silver and Fit, Renew Active. It just depends on your insurance. Sometimes Medicare provides it, sometimes Kaiser or your insurance have different programs. It's super simple. It's at no additional cost, so it wouldn't cost you anything else. They would just give you a fitness ID number, and with that, it's a super simple process to set up your membership. And what's really cool about Anytime Fitness is that you get paired with a coach. So as soon as you set up your membership, you get paired with a coach. We offer fitness consultation, so you get to sit down with your coach, talk about your goals. We do a body composition scan, so you know exactly how much muscle you have, how much body fat is in your body, your water, all of your numbers, everything. I know it's scary, but the goal is not to like make you feel bad. It's to know, okay, if I'm starting at let's say 30% body fat with 40 pounds of muscle, and you work out for 3 months, sometimes you get on the scale and it says the same number. But what can happen is like, okay, I lost body fat, gained muscle, I weigh the same, but I feel different, I look different. So we help you navigate that and adjust your programming, nutrition, recovery as needed.
Do
Yes.
you, oh, go ahead. Hold on.
Do you offer classes like Zumba and um, Pilates and
So we-
yoga?
So not that type of classes. We offered small group training. So what that is, it's small groups of 2 to max 4 or 5 people. And the reason why with those big classes, you don't get that personalized touch. Everybody's like, all right, it's up and down, and you're bouncing. You're like, okay, do I have the right form or not? Nobody's coaching you. You're just trying to keep up. Whereas the small group training, what's really nice is one, you get the community aspect, so you're working out with other members and you still get that personalized coaching. So as you're, let's say, squatting, the coach is like, hey, make sure that your knees are not doing this. You're getting that coaching in a smaller group setting.
Okay.
Yes.
Does it happen with music?
No, because the reason why is because there's all other people working out, right? So if you're not part of the session and you turn up the music, it could be distracting and yeah. So that's why we don't do like loud music. Yes.
My wife and I spend summers in a different state. If we were to have a membership here, would we be able to utilize that when we're
Yes.
traveling
Which
somewhere
state?
else? Maine.
Maine. I don't know how many clubs we have in Maine, but as part of your membership, you get access to all locations. So as soon as you set it up, you can go on a road trip. We have a lot of truck drivers that have memberships, and they go to all locations. So yes,
That's
part of that
fantastic.
membership. Yes. So there's no excuses. If you're on vacation or anything, look up nearest Anytime Fitness, and you can work out there.
Rodrigo, do you have any online presence with information particular to your location?
Yes. So if
Okay,
you go to the
I'll work with you
Anytime
on
Fitness
that and
to
we'll post that. We'll post a link at our website.
yes. The zip code 92124, it'll be the first one that pops up, and you have specifics about our coaches with their bios,
Excellent.
the staffed hours and everything, pictures. Yes.
We'll put that on the event page, you guys.
So where
exactly are you located and
Yes.
how is the parking?
So we're the Smart and Final Shopping Center, just right off Tierra Santa Boulevard. As you're going up the hill, you'll see the Chase Bank. It's right behind the
Let
Chase
me put it in terms of,
liquor store. Yes.
that's where the liquor store used to be.
Yeah,
Let me
so-
put it in terms this group can understand.
So apologize. Now I'm making
Doors
you
down from
drive
UPS.
farther away to get your wine.
A couple doors down from UPS.
Yes.
And do you still sell liquor out of there?
Let's talk after the.
Just a quick question. Do you work with specific injuries or surgeries or anything?
Yeah, so part of the process when you're getting paired with the coach, during that initial meeting, you sit down, talk about your goals, talk about any previous injuries, so that we know, okay, we're not gonna just go straight into touching the weights. We ask all the questions so that there's no surprises, and then before the training starts, we do what's called a functional movement screen. So to see how you move, right? So like a squat movement, a hinge, so shoulder mobility, everything. And we have coaches that specialize in mobility so that we're not risking injury by doing something that you might not be ready to do. So yes.
Just a little bit more about silver sneakers. Maybe everybody here knows more, but do you help register for that, or do they have to go to their health insurance? Do you know? You guys know?
I
Okay.
think there's
Do you
like,
know Maureen? Oh,
yeah,
oh,
okay,
let
you wanna-
Maureen
yeah.
know. Okay.
It's really simple.
Uh-huh.
You call up, your insurance will give you a number for the people that are going to cover that for you. You call them, you say, I want to register for this. They'll give you a code, 9 digits. You walk into Anytime Fitness, give them the code, and you're signed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions for Rodrigo when he's here? Well, you can always stop by and talk to him. And TJ is the other, is there a lot? Okay.
Yes. Our staff hours are normally 10 to 7 a.m. on most days. You can book an appointment. I can also work with you to add
Please.
like a complimentary training session, like the
Absolutely.
coupons. That way, if you come in and sign up,
Anything-
we'll throw in a complimentary.
Anything you would like to share with them, just send to me and I can pass that right along. Well, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Question? Come on. I think Dick
Yeah.
Ben has one more question. Yeah, get my steps.
Wonder, do you have showers, locker room, any of those?
Yeah, so
Facilities?
it's a facility, it's 5,000 square feet. We have cardio equipment, so treadmills, ellipticals, bikes, stairmasters. We have an open turf area with mats that you could do stretching. You could do core exercises, functional training, cable exercises, weights like dumbbells, barbells, all of the equipment just on a smaller scale. So instead of having like 40 treadmills like a big box gym, we have like 5, right? As far as bathroom go, we have private bathrooms, so you can go in there and change. 3 of them have showers, so if you need to shower and then go home, we have private showers as well. Yes.
Question, thank you.
Yes, lockers too. The doors to the gym are always locked, so only members come in and out. We have
No,
cameras.
but I mean lockers, if you have personal
Yeah.
items.
So what I was going with this is that most people just leave their bags. It's super safe because we have cameras which are locked, but you have the option of locking your bags if you really wanted to. We also have lockers, yes.
Any other questions? Go ahead.
Very good, thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks so
Rodrigo.
much for having me, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Send me anything you'd like me to pass on. Okay. Thanks.
All right, Bradley, we're going to get into our committee corner, so it's your turn in the box.
Okay, everybody stand up and stretch. Do a sit and stand, yeah. Yeah, we should have done that a half an hour ago, but. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, you can sit down. I just think you needed that. I needed that. Okay, I only have one announcement because we're moving along really fast now. Make up time so we end on time. I'm going to read this that I made up for you. Do you ever wake up tired? Not because you didn't sleep, but because the pain never really turned off. For many of us, pain is not a short-term visitor. It's a constant companion. ache that lingers, stiffness that decides what we can do and what we can't do. And so for some of us, little by little, without much warning, we stop doing things we once loved. We go out less, we move less, we talk less, and often we keep it to ourselves. Because, we're not supposed to complain. We're not supposed to feel anything. We want to be strong. We don't want to be a wimpo, so we don't say much. So the truth is, chronic pain can be pretty isolating, and it doesn't have to be. That's why we're holding a chronic pain peer-to-peer on Friday, not to be led by experts talking it at you, but by people just like you, talking with each other. This is a member-to-member conversation, a safe place to say, this hurts without apology. A place to listen, share, and learn at your own comfort level. You don't have to talk. You can just listen and take on what you hear. You don't need a diagnosis. You don't need to be the worst pain in the room. You just have to realize that living with chronic pain or just pain that's old and nagging, aches and pains, they belong to you and they belong to this workshop that we're having. So when we gather on Friday, we want you to realize that you're not alone. We hear ideas we haven't considered. I mean, that's the value of a peer-to-peer group, because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Maybe you'll hear something during this time that you haven't thought about, and you'll have a way of going and trying it out maybe and see if maybe that works instead. So join us Friday, this coming Friday, from 1 to 2:30 in this room, and simply come, listen, share, or simply be present. We hope that you'll leave with a coping idea that you didn't have before. So we'll see you on Friday.
Very good. Thank you, Bradlin. Georgia, you want to update us on what's going on?
Sue's going to talk about, we had the Groundhog Gala last Friday.
Thank you, Jenny and Jim, for a wonderful groundhog celebration. Jenny, real quickly, you want to give us a report about what happened this morning?
I heard Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow.
So that means
6 more weeks of winter in Pennsylvania.
I think
The people in the Northeast were glad to hear that.
wonderful. We had entertainment, songs, history of San Diego. How would you think going to a groundhog party, you'd hear the history of San Diego? And wonderful music. And if you missed it, put yourself on the calendar for next year. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, our next event coming up is Puzzle Mania.
Yeah, Puzzle Mania is February 20th. If you haven't come to Puzzle Mania before, it's a fun event, first of all. And the beauty of Puzzle Mania is you get a rotation card when you come in, and you follow each round, you go to a different table to do a paper and pencil puzzle. It's not jigsaw puzzles. So on your card, your rotation card, this is a wonderful way for everyone to move from table to table and never see the same person you saw at another table. So you really interact with a lot of members. If you're a new member, this is a good way to kind of get an idea of what great friends you have in this village. So Puzzle Mania it's open. Because it's open. So you can sign up for Puzzle Mania. It's February 20th. It costs $15. You get a light dinner, the games, and the little snacks during the evening. So it runs from 5 to 8. And I hope you'll all participate. We'll see you then. Yeah. There are prizes. There are, I'm sorry. Yes, it's at the TLC, the Lutheran Church, and prizes are happening if you're, you know what? If you win a prize, it's not because necessarily you were the best one. It's because you were at a table where there were good people and always good people. And somehow, because of all of those good people, you came up on top. Anyway, so we hope we'll sign up and we'll see you on the 20th.
Yeah, get on the table with Tom. Yeah. 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 So this is a great event, like Diana said, for to get to know people. So I know we have some new members, and if you've met some new members that you might want to, give them a call, encourage them to come, because it's something that's an activity. So if you're a little shy or you don't know anyone, it's just a great way to get involved. And we will provide water, and just water, right, is all we're providing, because sometimes we bring tea or something, but it's going to be water, but you can bring wine or whatever you like on your own.
Oh, and Georgia, you can always invite your friends and neighbors to Puzzle Mania. Might be a fun way to get to know the village and have a night out.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, no, it's very fun. So the next thing coming up on the calendar for February is our walking group, which Jenny, I think you started it, didn't you? So, Marilyn Bente. Oh, Marilyn. Okay. So, yeah, so that is going to be this Friday, right? February 6th. You guys are meeting at the clubhouse at 8 o'clock, and you're doing Miramar Lake. So that's, and I noticed there's only 2 people signed up. I don't think you were signed up, Jenny. But I don't know. Anyway, so, and then the next event in February is February 10th, which is Casual Conversation. That is Jenny's group. It's been really fun. We've been picking like a topic. It's just a nice kind of casual thing. And this one is going to be in the afternoon. And the topic is going to be your favorite thing. And I think you're focusing on the kitchen, right? So if that means your husband or your wife who cooks, you can bring them as your favorite thing. Something you can't live without in your kitchen. I see Tom over there going, yeah. Okay. And then coming up in March, we have the potluck on March 17th. Will be more information. And then the Rhinestone Grannies, I'm going to have Cassandra talk about that, because it's a pretty big event.
It's a big event. Jocelyn Brierton is the host, but I've been working with her a bit. For anybody that was here in 2019, you might remember the Rhinestone Grannies. I came soon after, so I did not get to see it. They're an amazing group. I think these ladies are now in their 80s and maybe even pushing 90, and they're fantastic. Show, dance, costume changes. It's very involved. 2 to 3 o'clock in the fellowship hall, the big room here. So please register, bring your friends, tell your neighbors. You'll see this advertised. I'm sorry, Friday, the 13th of March. Pay at the door. Hold on. Is it 5 or 10? What did I say? 10 at the door. Yes. The fellowship hall is the big room at the end of this parking lot. This is called the Bates Room, just FYI. I always want to try and explain that, but I don't think anybody will know what the Bates Room is. So this is our main meeting space, and that's the fellowship hall.
Cassandra, is that the payable amount? Is that our money, or is that directly to their organization?
So they will pay at the door. So it is partly a fundraiser. We are paying them for the show. However, we expect to make above and beyond. So please do invite your friends, neighbors, and tell everybody. Okay. Thank you.
Marilyn, you ready for the Walter Payton Volunteer of the Month?
Hey, it's good to see so many people at our members meeting. This is wonderful. And as membership chair, I just want to announce that we are now at 148 members as of today. So we're almost at 150, and we have 3 prospective members who say they're going to be sending in their applications soon.
You didn't count Bob Doe, did you?
Pardon?
You didn't count Bob Doe, did you?
No, not Tom Doe, no. And John Doe or Joe Doe or whatever. Anyway, I do want to introduce some of our new members who are here today. Euphemia Euphemia, and she's come to several of our different exercise groups, and she came to wellness, the eating well group, and she also came to our tech session where we found out that she has a background in restaurants, and she recommended some fabulous restaurants to us. So if you want a good dining spot, talk to Euphemia. And also Steve Ulmer, he's a new member.
That's somebody in the back there wants to contribute something.
Came to our prospective member happy hour. He wanted to come so badly, his car broke down, and he came to the clubhouse by Uber. That's how badly he wanted to find out about our village.
They don't stand up, turn around, it's.
Oh, okay. Judy, Euphemia, could you just stand up a minute?
Okay.
Judy wanted to see who you are. Okay. All right. And also with us today is Viju Kulkarni. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. Viju. Okay. And have you come to anything else before today? No. Oh, this is her first time. Yes, but she's been working with Cassandra. And then we have Dan Konensbach, who is Delisa's stepdad.
Familiar face.
And it's always fun to have a husband join with a longtime member. So welcome, Dan. And I think that's all do we have any other guests or prospective members here today? No? Anybody who it's their first meeting, first time coming here? No? Okay. Well, thank you for coming and welcome to our new members and prospective members. Also, yes, Fran?
There are 68 people attending this meeting.
68 people here today.
People attending today. Yay. Okay, and also for volunteers, I wanted to announce our volunteer of the month, and that is Joan McGeechee. Joan, for years and years, Joan has been on the social committee. In fact, at one point, she was a co-chair of the social committee, and then she got very involved in the DAR and with her church, and she stepped down as a co-chair, but she still writes an article every month for the Vibes. And I don't know if you read those articles, but they are just like little nuggets of good information. And this month, if you read the one that came out yesterday, she had a healthy recipe. She shared casseroles are coming back, non-fat, non-allergenic,
Marilyn,
low salt.
This is the care committee, correct, Marilyn?
Yes.
She's okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you meant social or care.
Oh, did I say
Yeah,
social?
I
I
think so,
meant
yeah.
care.
Okay.
She's been a long member of the care committee. Anyway, that recipe came out yesterday. I was intrigued by it, so I went over to Vaughn's, bought all the ingredients, and made it for dinner last night. And it's fabulous. It's so delicious, and it's easy to make. The hard part is grating for zucchinis, but other than that, it's like a zucchini frittata with your favorite pizza topping on top, cheese or mushrooms. I did it with mushrooms and Kalamala olives, and it was really good. So anyway, just as our volunteer of the month, thank you, Joan. Joan is not here today, but we'll make sure she gets her gift card and everything. While we're talking about volunteers, I sent out a quick memo this morning to members asking if they would step up and help with our restaurant fundraisers. We need help with 6 different fundraisers we have during the year. We raise a lot of money through our fundraisers. So if any of you would be interested in helping, choose one fundraiser. Maybe you'd like to do Rubio's, maybe you'd like to do they wanted the yogurt, Heavenly Yogurt, and just Cassandra and Leslie will set it all up. All you have to do is just help facilitate and be there the day of the fundraiser to welcome the members who attend and so forth. So I outlined all of the requirements and all the duties. So let me know if you'd be interested in helping out. Again, thank you very much.
Yeah. I think I could cover everything at the business manager. Yeah, but I wanted to give Barbara Lester a minute to talk about the aquarium.
We did a lot of round and round on the Birch Aquarium trip and found that the best deal was this museum pass. You pick this up at the library, and during the month of February, it's 50% off of all the places mentioned in here, and there's 70 plus museums and things. So, and this, you don't even have to be a senior, but it only allows 4 people to a group. So right now we've got enough to do 2 groups. If you're interested in coming, contact me, and I'm gonna send out information to all those that have already signed up. But it was 50% off this way, and it was $10 off the other, and this turned out to be a better deal.
So Barbara, it's Thursday, right? Did you say the 12th?
The 12th, yes.
12th, all day, meet at McDonald's, have
Yeah.
lunch there.
And I will send out all the details to everybody. But the trying to do it the other way just got too difficult. And if you're interested, contact me directly, but sign up on the website so I know that
you're interested.
That you're planning to come. So
good.
Anyway, go to the library.
Were there any other committee? Did neighborhood group have something? Okay. You okay now? Yeah.
We have a meeting, excuse me, have a meeting of the neighborhood group captains on February 23rd, 2 to 3:30 at the clubhouse. And we've got several new captains. And so we'll be getting together and talking and hearing what their interests are as far as getting people from their group to maybe help volunteer. So we'll be looking, and so you may be hearing from your captain, because I know we've got a lot of new members and the captains haven't met them and they haven't met the captains or anybody else in their group. So we'll see you if you're a captain on the 23rd, hopefully. So don't forget to register.
Very good.
Yeah. Thanks, Sarah. Okay.
Why don't you do your?
Okay. And then we'll
do our birthday.
Gotcha. Right. Okay, just get up here first.
Okay, just a couple business manager topics. Just want to let you know, we put in a couple one-time grants. Thank you, Denise and Mark, for helping with that. So these are grants that are for more of a one-time big project. So we don't usually have a reason to apply for them, but we are using our new staff member and her wages and potentially some software upgrades, and we're asking for that through the county and then some private foundations. So just fingers crossed that those come through. One quick question, a little bit more about member discounts. Is everyone fairly familiar with that member discount page and the fact that we offer discounts? Does everyone know that card they get every year is the card that you would show if a merchant asked you to? Everyone's clear on that. Okay. So how many of you actually use that? Okay. So we are, updating, using our software more efficiently. So we are no longer mailing out confirmations that your membership has been renewed. So now we have the card, and we're wondering if we should just be sending it out to everybody. So I think we might do it on a case-by-case basis. When you renew, you'll get an email from us asking if you would like a discount card. Okay. Yeah. Actually, so from when I talk to them, most of them just say you're from the village, but the Hallmark and who else asks you for it, if you recall? Ace sometimes. Okay. If you ever encounter any confusion or hesitation, just let us know that maybe we need to just make sure that the manager is talking to the, the membership card that you put in your wallet. It has your name, number, and your ID. Different. Yeah. The name tag isn't just, yeah. Okay. So that'll be a change that'll be coming. I'm glad that you all enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the talk from Anytime Fitness. And I just want to mention, how many of you have read that, maintaining muscle as you age is super, super important? Everyone's real aware of that. Okay. So so I was really happy to invite him. He is not a partner. I've just been inviting these local providers to really let you know what is available to you in Tierra Santa. So if you have a suggestion for someone to come in and talk, please let me know. One last thing for me to mention, this is more of a passion and interest of mine. So I'm talking to you as a volunteer now. Who saw the news about the new food pyramid and the new dietary guidelines? Okay, great. So I try not to watch the news a lot because it stresses me out. I'm a little worried that I'm guessing that those articles may be a little politically motivated. Okay. So please, please, please understand that that is not the case. I mean, I don't know what political motivations anyone has, but I will tell you without doubt that that change is the single biggest thing to help the American public and our chronic illness and our cancer increases and our Alzheimer's increases. It's incredible. And because of that change, everything else can now change. So school lunches, who had to serve what was in that food pyramid and those dietary guidelines, now can change. SNAP benefits now can change. So it's incredible. So I'm just hosting a 1-hour time to come and talk to discuss just the big takeaways. It's not a diet. It's not a list of things you should restrict other than ultra processed foods. It's more like what you need to put in your body, nutrients you need to put in your body to support your cellular health and avoid chronic disease. So please come if you would like to talk about that at all. March 5th, 2 to 3 o'clock at the clubhouse. It is on the calendar, so please register. What? Yeah, 2 to 3 o'clock. Oh, I'm sorry. Understanding the food pyramid. Yeah. And then if you have any questions, by all means, please bring them. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Very good.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, the village vocals.
This one, right? It's backwards. It's birthday time.
How am I supposed to know what's going on?
Okay, here are our village birthdays and anniversaries for the month of February. February 2nd, Karen McDonald. February 4th, Pat Berkabill. The 5th, Karen Muldrew. The 14th, our Valentine baby, Sue Christian. Where's Sue? There she is. The 14th. The 16th, Ken Ross. Where's Ken? Okay, Ken. The 17th, Carol Link. The 18th, Joanne Rickenbacher. That's Cassandra's mom. Okay. The 19th, Leslie Fitzpatrick. February 19th. Okay. Also the 19th is Jerry Munoz. And so they're birthday twins. And then we have another set of birthday twins on the 23rd, Rhoda Keegan. Rhoda. And do you know who your birthday twin is? Barbara Solomon. Okay. Members of SNAP. The 24th, Joe Carl. And the 21st, Mika Milovanovich. And that's Mira's better half, Mika. Okay, so we're going to sing happy birthday.
What, she has.
It's 5.
Jake's birthday's been the 19th.
I don't have him on my list. I'm sorry.
You can still have.
It's the 19th? Well, that makes birthday triplets. Wow. Leslie, did you know Jay is your birthday triplet? Okay. Sorry about that, Jay. Anybody else? Okay. All right.
You get to lead. Sing us.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear villagers. Happy birthday to you.
Many more. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, villagers. Ginny, you want to bring us home?
Oh, I love being last when everybody's just been sitting for so long. I'll make it fast. Well, tonight we heard from some of our village leaders that lead committees. Thank you for your leadership. I want to, can't hear me? Speak loud. Oh, okay. So I want to thank a few other leaders that are not necessarily committee leaders. We take pride in the fact that a lot of our activities that we do is based on the needs and interests of our members. And we have no one interest dominates our village for sure. And the interests change over the years. Some come, some go. But I want to thank the members who have stepped up to lead interest groups, small groups. So we have the dog pack, we have eating well, we have book club, we have bridge, golf, mahjong, village vocals, village walkers, men's Java and Jive, Romeo, lunch bunch, casual conversations. These small group gatherings foster a sense of belonging and personal fulfillment. The small group gatherings also include small group field trips. Last year, some people went to a museum. We went to a train trip. The Birch Aquarium trip is going to be a small group. But these smaller field trips are a wonderful way to build relationships and have fun at the same time. So I want to thank all the members who are willing to step up and plan and be in charge of these interest groups because I think they're important. As committee chairs step down and board directors complete their terms, we do need members to step up and fill positions. Georgia stepped up to be social chair when I became president. There's several members of the care team have stepped up and started helping Bradlin and Fran. And even Marilyn became president when Janice got sick. So people step up when other people can no longer take part. On a calendar, you might notice that there's an administrative meeting that's scheduled for for February 17th and 19th. Sometimes you look at the calendar, you go, what does that mean, administrative meeting? So I'm going to tell you what that is. These are meetings we're going to be inviting people that we want to share leadership needs with. We sort of take a look at the membership, who's been active, who do we think has a sincere interest in the village, and who might want to be interested in learning more about what the leadership needs are in our village. So we view this as a planning process. If successful, we can avoid approaching someone at the last minute if there's a need. So we're not necessarily asking you to step up immediately, but we want people to become familiar with the leadership needs that we do have in the village. So when the time comes, we may be able to call on you, or maybe in a year or a couple months, maybe you would be ready. So needs change, but we like to have these leadership meetings once a year to inform you on those leadership needs. We're going to be sending out invitations via email this week to a few people, but we may be missing someone in the meantime. The board doesn't know everybody. And so if there's someone that doesn't get an invite through the email that is interested in learning more about the leadership, please let me know. And we can send you an invitation. Speaking of leaders and immediate needs, Tierra Santa Village is very fortunate to have Rhoda Keegan on our board of directors, serving as our treasurer since 2020. So after 6 years, she's decided that it's kind of time to step down. And currently, the treasury job is divided between two people. Mark and Rhoda have shared the responsibility. We were actually hoping to find a partnership that maybe an accountant that could assist us with the taxes and the filings. And we're really hoping to find a village member that has some knowledge of bookkeeping that could help us with the bookkeeping. So please let me or anyone know on the board if you would consider helping with this bookkeeping tasks and want to learn more about what the job entails. Yes. Pardon me?
It would be helpful.
Yes, that's what I mean. Talk more to Mark and Rhoda about what those needs are, but we know that Rhoda can't go on and on and on and on for, she would love for have some, and we're thinking that learning the bookkeeping aspect of it would be a big help. It's not all, but Mark's still going to be helping, and if we can find someone to do our tax filings, and that would be great. So the board has finalized the strategic plan. We'll vote on it at the board meeting, but I'm sure it will pass. And we've also approved the 2026 budget. So be sure and sign up to attend the next meeting, March 2nd, because that's our annual meeting. It's held once a year. And we won't bore you with the newly updated bylaws. That was really fun to update. But you'll hear about our finances, and along with accomplishments and goals and objectives, you'll have an opportunity to ask questions, connect with other members, and the board will be serving you a light dinner. So be sure and sign up on the calendar, March 2nd, annual meeting.
All righty. Linda, you got a table for 60 up your sleeve? Round table. All right. For those of you that couldn't hear, she's touting their salads. I don't know what her cut of it is, but great pizza, good salads.
Just one more thing about the March 2nd meeting. It's really important to sign up because food's involved. And we have to be able to order the food and just sign up.
Yeah, that's the one meeting where we take the registration very seriously, much like a social event, because we do order food for that meeting, so we lock it down. Anybody got anything of vast importance to table here, Marilyn?
Just a quick reminder for our volunteers who said they would take the food bank food over to the barrels over by the, down the hall here by the sanctuary for this church. So I know there were some of you that said you would do that after the meetings. We have a lot of food here this week, and thank you all for supporting the food bank that this church supports. Thank you.
Very good. All right, all. Thanks for coming. We'll see you at the annual meeting.